I request people in the corridor outside to please take the seat inside along with the tea and coffee so that we can start. So firstly, thank you very much to everybody who has been able to make it despite the bad weather conditions. I know the weather is very bad outside and it is a lot of rain, but despite all the difficulties, some people have been able to make, and I'm told some people are still on the way. So thank you for that, for joining us also on the quarterly results for the second quarter. I won't take too much of time, but I'll introduce and invite our senior management, starting with our interim MD, Mr. Ratan Kumar Kesh. Sir, please, we can have you on stage. Next is Mr. Rajendra Kumar Babbar, our Executive Director and Chief Business Officer. Mr. Rajiv Mantri, Chief Financial Officer, CFO of the bank. So I once again thank you everybody for joining us despite the bad weather conditions, and without taking too much of the time, I hand over the mic to Mr. Ratan Kumar Kesh for his opening comments. After Mr. Kesh's comment, we will take Q&A from the media.
Warm welcome to all of you. Am I audible? No. Is it okay? Okay. No, I think as Ritesh said, thank you very much for making it to this press conference today. I know the weather outside is not too good. We will try and wrap it up quickly. I have a speech which we have uploaded the quarterly results, and also the press note is being circulated to you. What I will do is I will try and decode the overall financial performance in a crisp form, and also give you update on some of the very important matters which are important. So a very good evening to you all. As you are all aware, pursuant to the approval of the RBI, the board had approved my appointment as interim MD and CEO with effect from 10th July 2024 for a period of 3 months, and it was further extended by a month or till the new MD and CEO takes charge, whichever is earlier. I am happy to inform you that RBI has granted its approval to the appointment of Mr. Partha Pratim Sengupta as MD and CEO of the bank for a period of 3 years. Pursuant to this approval, the board of the bank has earlier today approved the appointment of Mr. Sengupta as MD and CEO with effect from November 1, 2024. Mr. Sengupta is an experienced banker who has nearly 4 decades of experience in the banking industry. He has worked in different geographies across various business verticals, including retail and corporate banking, and has leveraged technology and innovation for achieving business results. He brings wide array of experience from his roles as Deputy Managing Director and Chief Credit Officer at State Bank of India, and later on as MD and CEO of Indian Overseas Bank. On behalf of Bandhan Bank family, I extend a warm welcome to Mr. Sengupta. As our new MD and CEO joins us, we will work with him hand in hand to manage the transition and continue on the growth path of our bank as Bandhan Bank 2.0 with renewed energy and commitment. Coming back to the quarter, let me begin by talking a bit on the macroeconomic scenario. Despite global uncertainties, India's macro parameter remains strong. Real GDP witnessed a growth of 6.7% in Q1 FY25. Against the backdrop of healthy business and consumer confidence, RBI expects real GDP growth of 7% during FY25. CPI inflation is expected to average at around 4.5% during FY25. Globally, several central banks, including US Fed, have started easing interest rates. The RBI continues to stay cautious. However, the stance of monetary policy has changed to a more nimble, neutral from withdrawal of accommodation earlier. Banking system liquidity turned surplus in Q2 FY25 from a deficit between January and June 2024. The government maintains its focus on long-term goal of sustainable growth and development towards a Vikasit Bharat with special emphasis on several key areas such as infrastructure, rural development, agriculture, MSME, affordable housing, employment, skilling, middle class, and women empowerment. Bandhan Bank remains steadfastly committed to create greater impact by participating and contributing in this journey. Let me now move to the quarterly performance of the bank. The last few quarters have witnessed a relatively tight liquidity environment and an extremely competitive landscape for bank deposits. Further, the microfinance sector has been facing headwinds and witnessing elevated risk in portfolio quality. Whilst the microfinance sector continues to face headwinds, we have been proactive and have been taking steps over the last 18 plus months to address the business risk. I am happy to say that in Q2, we've been able to grow our overall business driven by healthy growth in secured book while containing portfolio risk for a sustainable growth in future. In the quarter ended September 30, 2024, we have seen an improvement in business momentum, largely stable margins, control on operating expenses, despite investment required to grow our secured book. Though the headline asset quality has marginally deteriorated, credit costs are largely in line with our guidance. This quarter has seen stability on return ratios. On YOY basis, we have seen an improvement across all parameters. In terms of balance sheet parameters, the bank has witnessed a strong pickup in both advances and deposits in line with our guidance. In this quarter, we have seen a sequential 4% growth in advances at rupees 1.31 lakh crore with a YOY growth of 21.4%. On the deposits front, deposits stands at rupees 1.43 lakh crore with YOY growth of 27.2% and a quarter-on-quarter growth of 7%. Deposit growth remained higher than advances growth. Share of retail deposits, which is CASA plus retail TD, was largely stable at 68%. The deposit market remained competitive, resulting in slightly higher cost of funds despite the change in product mix in favor of secured assets, impacting yields. The bank was able to report healthy NIM at 7.4%. The cost metrics are largely in line with our guidance, and we are committed to invest in people, products, technology over the next few quarters. In Q2, the pain in the microfinance sector has increased, and accordingly, we have seen a marginal increase in slippages, leading to slight deterioration in asset quality. Gross NPA is at 4.7% and net NPA is at 1.3%. In Q2 FY25, the bank reported a profit after tax of 937 crores, up 30% YOY, with an ROA and ROE of 2.1% and 16% on annualized basis. I would like to thank entire Bandhan Bank team for its unwavering commitment during this transition, and I am confident that we will endeavor to achieve our strategy to the satisfaction of our stakeholders. I would also like to take an opportunity to update you on the CGFMU audit. As we have already communicated in the stock exchange notification dated 10th October 2024, we have got a positive development on the same, and we have got a closure on the subject. Further details are already uploaded in the notification dated 10th October 2024. In addition to that, regarding the ECLGS scheme, as the audit is now complete, the bank has been allowed by NCGCTC to review and submit fresh claim, which we will do as soon as we complete the review process. I want to also take a moment to express my gratitude for the hard work, dedication of all the colleagues in Bandhan Bank, as their commitment and excellence and collaboration has not gone unnoticed. Last 4 months have been greatly rewarding experience for all of us during this transition phase of the bank. I want to acknowledge the continued support and guidance of our board members, investors, shareholders, and most importantly, our valued customers. It is because of all of them we've been able to grow sustainably. I hope and wish to get their trust and care in future also as we move forward with greater confidence into the future. Thank you. Namaskar. Over to you for any question that you may have.
Do we have any questions if we can take? So I think the results were self-explanatory and results are very good, so people are happy, and I don't think we have any further questions. I once again thanks everybody for joining us on this day, despite the bad weather, but thank you very much, and we totally agree to you that you have been here, and thank you very much for that. I think we have one question. We'll be very happy to take
Hello,
it.
sir. Sir, currently bank have 6,300 banking outlets in press release according to. So any kind of planning in next Q3 result or next 1 year, the addition, how many outlet?
So this year our plan, since we have already added quite a few branches over the last 12 to 18 months, this year our plan is to re-energize the first set of 501 branches. When we launched this bank in 2015, we had our initial day we launched with 501 branches. Our plan is to re-energize those and then make them more compatible to the scale and the growth of business that it witnessed. This year we will not add anything, but the subsequent year onwards we will add 150 to 200 branches every year.
Every year?
Yeah.
150 to 200?
That's the, as of now, plan. We will keep reviewing it as it progresses.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions? Cool. Thank you very much. We'll just have a small photograph for everybody on the front.
Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Bandhan Bank conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference call over to Mr. Ritesh Mehta. Thank you, and over to you, sir. Mr. Mehta, please go ahead.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much for joining this call. We have arranged this call because of the weather conditions. Some of our colleagues have not been able to make it, so thank you everybody for joining us this call. Today we have declared our Q2 financial results. So what we will do is we will straight away go to Q&A with this. We have with us our Mr. Ratan Kesh, our interim MD, our Executive Director, Mr. Rajendra Kumar Babbar, and our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Rajiv Mantri, is there to answer your questions. So we'll straight away head to Q&A for this one. So we can start the Q&A.
Sure, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and then 1 on their touch-tone phone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use only handsets while asking a question. The first question is from the line of Pinak Ghosh from The Telegraph. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Kesh, am I audible?
Yes, Pinak. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening. First of all, sorry for not making it today because of the weather. So I was seeing the numbers, just a couple of things. First is, while the year-on-year numbers are showing growth, but the quarter-on-quarter numbers are not showing growth actually. So was the reason for, was there any slowdown, and how did the EEB portfolio did in the second quarter? Because, there's always a stress on the microfinance segment that we are hearing. That's the first part. And the other part is regarding slippages. We are also seeing fresh slippages rise on a quarter-on-quarter basis. So what's the reason for that?
So, Pinak, thank you. And we missed you today. Generally, you are always around for the press conference for us. So, look, our deposits have grown by 27% YOY and quarter-on-quarter 7% growth, as you would have seen. Likewise, and advances have grown by 21% with quarter-on-quarter growth of 4%. So our quarter-on-quarter growth is there. If you are asking specifically about the EEB portfolio, yes, EEB has grown 10.6% YOY, but quarter-on-quarter we have decided to hold on to the portfolio, given the overall narrative and overeating and over-leveraging in the microfinance industry. We decided not to grow rapidly at this stage, and rather contain the portfolio quality. Therefore, you would have seen a marginal 4.2% degrowth on quarter-on-quarter basis. Having said that, if you look at the half-yearly performance, we are still pretty much on track as far as our overall plan has been concerned, because in first quarter we have actually done significantly better than what we do every year. As you know, quarter 1 and 2 are generally muted quarter for us.
Right.
In terms of the slippages, yes, the slippages numbers have gone up by 200 odd crores for this quarter. That is because of the overall industry overeating, over-leveraging, and while we have been taking a lot of steps over the last 18 months or so in portfolio quality, improving various guardrails that we applied. But once an industry goes through a larger overeating and over-leveraging resulting into 5 to 10% of the portfolio looking sticky,
Right.
in that scenario, you are not an isolated entity. So we also have some impact on that. But we believe that if the market condition improves, the overall microfinance industry by end of this year, hopefully in quarter 4, we should also see a better turnaround than the rest of the market. That's how we look at it today.
Okay. And just on one small clarification on this, we're seeing also quarter-on-quarter there is a 11% dip in net profit. So what would you attribute that to?
Hi Pinak, this is Rajiv Mantri, CFO. So maybe I can answer this. There are 2-3 factors, which are leading to the same. So while there is a 11.9% sequential decline in the PAT, it is still a substantial number of 937 crores of profitability after tax that we have. So there are 3 factors. One is, whilst the overall advances book has grown by 4% on a quarter-on-quarter basis, within that we have seen that the mix has changed, whereby the EEB book actually has declined by about 4%. And that is a conscious result as part of the elevated risk that is there in the market, where we have basically taken some portfolio controls. And on the other hand, the growth has been steered largely by our secured book, which is through retail secured, which is the retail assets, housing assets, as well as the commercial banking book, right? So that is what has grown. Now, between the EEB book and the secured book, of course, there is a difference in the gross yield that comes through. So because of this mix change, there is some reduction that we have seen in the net interest margin, which has reduced from 7.6% last quarter to 7.4% this quarter. So this 20 basis point reduction in the NIM is one of the reasons contributing to this impact. The second thing is also, as Ratan has mentioned, the slippages have gone up slightly in this quarter by about 220 odd crores. And as a result of it, our credit cost has also gone up from 523 crores in the last quarter to 606 crores in this quarter. And the impact of both a bit of a NIM impact as well as the credit cost is what is resulting in the PAT being a shade lower at 11%, but still quite considerable at 937 crores. And it represents a return on assets of 2.1% and return on equity of 15.8%.
Okay. All right. I'll come back in queue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants who have a question may press star and one on the touchtone phone. The next question is from the line of Atmadeep Ray from Economic Times. Please go ahead.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
I'd like to ask that how the treasury book performed during the second quarter.
Sorry, could you repeat that, Atmadeep?
Treasury book.
How did the treasury operation perform?
Okay. So I can take that, Rajiv here. Hi, Atmadeep. So I think treasury function has performed well, and we have actually been able to generate other income of almost close to 80 crores because of the treasury actions, whereby they have been able to look at the market volatility in the market actions, and they have been able to do certain investment sale activities which have been able to result in a profit on sale of investments of almost 80 crores, which of course is sort of a one-off, but at the same time has been able to generate good revenue. So they have performed well in that regard, and from a balance sheet management perspective, they have done well. I think the overall balance sheet remains of a high and healthy quality, and our LCR is fairly good at almost 156%. So from a liquidity management perspective, despite the liquidity stretch in the market, the bank has done well and led by the treasury team. And then on top of it, they've been able to generate the other income of 80 crores, that, like I mentioned.
The 80 crores you are talking about, is it from treasury book?
Yes, treasury book,
Or
that's
is it
correct.
total other income?
That is correct. It is a part of the other income.
Right. Because total other income is 595 crores, right?
That is correct. So this is one of the elements in the total other income, which is contributed by the treasury team.
Right. Got it. Thank you, Rajiv.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone who has a question may press star and one on their touchtone phone. So participants who have a question may press star and one on their touchtone phone. We have a question from the line of Audit Mukherjee from Times of India. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi, Udit. We can hear you. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening. It's still afternoon, we can say. So basically the thing is, out of your total sticky asset, how much is from MFI, microfinance credit, MF credit?
When you say sticky asset, you mean the NPA?
NPA?
I will give you the number.
Yeah, so our total NPA as at the end of 30th of September was 6,105 crores, and out of this,
6,105, okay.
that is the total across the bank, and out of the EEB book, which is the microfinance group lending as well as SBAL, total is 4,261 crores.
4,461 crores. Okay.
And this is the gross NPA, right? The net NPA is much more than this.
Okay. Out of gross NPA of 6,105, the EEB is 4,461. That is microfinance, both group lending as well as
4,261. 4,261.
4,261. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. K.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mukherjee.
Yeah.
Anyone who has a question may press star and one on the touchtone phone. Mr. Mehta, there are no further questions at this time.
We can end it here, Shoaib.
Okay, so we have a question from Mr. Atmadeep Ray. Would you like to take that?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Sure.
Mr. Kesh, I'd like to ask you that out of this slippages of 1,110 crores, during this second quarter. How much this MFI book contributed?
So out of the total, Rajiv here, out of the total slippages of 1115 crores during the quarter, the EEB book was contributing about 752 crores. This is both group lending as well as SBAL put together.
Right. And at the end of second quarter, what is the share of EEB portfolio to total business?
Sure, I'll just tell you. So EEB group lending constituted about 29% of advances and SBAL constituted 16%. So in total, if you add the two,
29.2%.
it will be about 45%.
Total 40, group loan is 29%. Okay. Total 45%.
Yeah. So 29 for group, 16 for SBAL, total 45.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mithun Das Sukto from Hindu Business Line. Please go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. So my question will be that for the recovery, so how much was figure for Q2 for cash recovery and upgradation?
Yeah, so the total cash recovery and upgradation in Q2 was 304 crores. And in addition to that, we also have bad debt recovery on return of accounts, which is part of other income, which was 32 crores.
Okay. And what was the figure for cash recovery and upgradation for Q2 FY24?
Q2 FY24 is 401. One minute, hold on.
Yeah, I will just tell you. Yeah, Q2 FY24 was 410 crores, against which we've got 304 this quarter.
But there is this right of recovery, which is shown as other income.
Yeah, right of recovery is what I mentioned.
Another 30 crore.
Yeah, another 32.
32.
32.
Okay, 32. Okay. That is shown in other income.
That is correct.
Okay. And the other question is that as the third quarter, this is the festive season. So how has been seeing the pickup in loans, especially housing, home loan and car?
See, our business momentum across liabilities and assets are continuing. Just the fact that given this whole microfinance industry narrative and over leveraging, we are just trying to make sure that we focus more on collection efficiency than necessarily focusing on growth of the book at this stage. All other books, whether it is retail, housing, commercial, the growth momentum continues. This quarter we have grown 90% retail, 40% commercial, 17% housing. That momentum continues.
Okay, so quarter on quarter, are you seeing any pickup?
Definitely.
Continuing.
Definitely. Because the EB book will be stable and we will go as per the market requirement. Housing loan, retail asset, wholesale banking. So clearly you will see a pickup in the quarter 3 and quarter 4.
Okay. And what is the on NIM? What is the guidance on NIM?
We maintain the guidance of 7 to 7.5 depending on how the overall liquidity condition remains. As you see, this quarter we have delivered 7.4, which is tad lower than the last quarter of 7.6. However, if you were to look at year back, quarter 2 FY24, we were 7.2. So we will maintain in the range of 7 to 7.5 depending on how the product mix goes.
For this financial year.
Okay, fine. That's it from my end.
Thank you, Mr. Das. Mr. Mehta, at this point, there are no further questions.
Announcement for one last time, and then if there are no further questions, we can end it here.
Anybody who has a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone phone.
Cool, I think there's no further questions.
Mr. Mehta, there is no further questions as of now.
Yeah, we can end it here. So thank you everybody for joining us. If there are any further queries, feel free to reach out on a personal basis. We will be definitely able to help you out with any further queries. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of Bandhan Bank, that concludes this conference call. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you.